Close your eyes and pick one.
Be like, that was like your strategy the whole time is like, just lie. And I'm like, okay, yeah, we can just lie, but like maybe we should think. And you're like, no, just lie. No matter what would happen, you're like, what if we just lied about it? And I'm like, you don't think these will catch up? And you're like, not if you lie more. I was like, oh yeah.
Dating Alex Caruso on
Yep.
the Chicago Bulls?
Yeah, she is. She's dating an NBA player.
What the fuck?
She's living the life.
That is crazy. He's so good. Good for Haley. That's an upgrade. Fessie's cool though. But Alex Caruso? Goddamn.
Damn. That's so funny though.
How are you, Jag?
I'm good. How are you, Cory? I miss you.
I miss this. This is what it used to be.
This is literally. Why'd you pause it?
What are you wearing?
Hey, Jag.
Oh, hey, America. Oh, Cory. Oh, nothing to see here. Cory, what's up? You were
Jag,
like, no,
so-
but why were you so close to the screen, Jag?
Jack, it was so funny. So America comes to jury and she's like, I want to get in front of some things. The week you were gone, I did strategically flirt with Jag. I want to be very transparent about this.
Jag, and this is how I break
America,
things
you
to
did not flirt with me. What you said is, Jag, literally, fuck off. That's what you said. If that's your idea of flirting, come on now. Are you serious?
I'm talking about when after the fuck off, and then I came to you and I was like, Jag, I would never betray you. Please.
That's flirting? You call that flirting? And
I
then
said,
meanwhile, I'm like,
Jag, I said,
yes,
Jag,
you would.
I'm one storage room call away from making a second showman, or like from creating the second
You
showman.
guys shared drinks in the have-not room. It was
As a, was that you actually flirting? Because I was laughing. I was like, oh, it's so funny. Ha ha ha. Get her the fuck out of here.
Well, we've been looking
I'm like,
for
oh,
a third.
Corey misses her. Let's get her out. I did you a favor, Corey.
Jag, we've been looking for our third, specifically someone who would pay for everything.
What do you mean you've been looking? Like, have I not done enough? Am I not already... First of all, is America not the third? 1 second, rewind.
No, we need a
Rewind.
sugar daddy. That's the third.
On God 101, Bowie said that you two spend every day together, so I feel like the fourth now.
You feel like... She said on God 101, we spent every day together?
Well, I think that was when you guys were in LA, like, because it was probably recorded weeks ago.
Yeah, and Bowie
Oh, okay,
wouldn't lie
that's
on
great.
God 101. That's not allowed.
She did what on God 101?
She couldn't lie.
God's
You're
wild. But seriously, though,
And I never lied in the house ever as well. I just want to say that.
I believe it.
I believe it too. You didn't. Yeah. What is there to lie about? Your
That's
fucking
wrong.
company.
Yo, you all didn't hear what Jasu just said off to the side. I can't even repeat it right now, but I'll text y'all.
Justin,
That was-
say it.
No, I'll text y'all.
Okay.
That's crazy.
The Jag, man. Jag, did you like meeting the Survivor people? They're so nice, right?
They're actually hella nice. They're dope. I love them.
They were Who's your, like, so we've been chilling, like, Austin. Have you been to Austin yet?
I love Austin. I'm gonna see him
Austin's the
in
best.
Chicago. I'm going to Chicago here in a few weeks.
That's awesome. No, we hung out in Nashville. We had dinner with him. We hung out with him in New Orleans. He's the nicest fucking guy.
So nice. And he actually told me that he met y'all and Jake
Oh, I fucking love
and
him.
Brandon. Yeah, like literally we were hanging out with them. So nice, dude. So
Zach
nice.
told me he was playing which one's the Survivor and which one's a fan with you. Where he'd point to someone and say, do you think he was on the show or he's a fan of the show?
Me, fan, and they're like, that is a
That was a winner.
she is a legend, and I'm like, okay, well you can be a fan and on the show.
To be fair,
Okay? That would
we
be my
all did that.
argument.
We all did that night one when Suri was pouring champagne, and we're like, "Is that production?"
Literally. Dog, she talked about that later too, and I felt so bad. I was like, I just didn't know. I was like, I was just kind of doing what everyone else was doing because I was like, this person was not playing the comps with us unless I didn't notice, and now they're pouring champagne. Thank you. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, thank you so much.
Jack took the glass that she was pouring and said, "Thank you."
I said, thank you. How do you do? I said, thank you for casting me onto this show.
Yeah.
And that was the moment she decided she wanted me out.
Yeah.
Yes. And then Jag went and made a 12-person alliance. He's like, okay, so me and Riley are the core, and then me, Riley, and Blue are the bigger core, and then there's the 5-person core. Then we zoom out to 8, but I love Suri, and I love Izzy, so we gotta have
And we
them.
gotta include her son, so.
And Mama Fee. I mean, you can't have an alliance without Mama Fee. And honestly, I'm getting good vibes from Mimi. I'm gonna make a final 2 with her. Jag.
1 second. Don't talk about final 2s with Mimi, Cory. Wow, what's this about? Have you ever hit the writer's room lately?
Okay,
You want to talk about final 2s?
do final 2s count if one of the 2 people is not interested?
They count.
Ask Bowie.
See, now tell me more about
Give
this.
a shit about my final 2. I was trying to make it on day 3, and she was like, he's shady.
But did she tell you that she was down?
No, not really. It was kind of awkward. I was like, yo, you and me, right? She's like, I'm like, okay. It's kind of like with you, Jag. I remember approaching you being like, hey, Jag, like, I sleep in the same bed as America, and, like, I love her and stuff, but, like, you and me, bro.
Yeah, you said that, what, week 8?
Well, yeah, because, yeah, it was hard
Oh,
to tell.
that was so obvious. That was like when we were in the scary room. Is that when you...
Honestly, I was willing to go to the final 2 with anyone at that point. I was like, fuck it. No, like, if anyone's willing to take me, I'll go. But literally no one. Not even America would have taken me.
No, I would have cut him.
And then lost.
And then
to
lost
Blue.
at the final 2. He loves saying that. Mm-hmm. I hate how you don't believe in me. I would have won. I would have done my little
But
dance.
he's saying that you would have cut him and then lost at the final 2.
Jag, okay. America would have beaten Bowie and Felicia.
We go through the shit every single night, Jag.
I
Every
don't-
Okay, but,
single night.
okay, here's what's not fair though. Is like if you make it that far, you have a lot more game moves that you make to get there as well.
I guess my point is like,
I guess what Cory's saying is nobody voted for me because I'm a slut.
I would have voted for you.
I think Jag would have. I think you would have had me, Jag, and
And
like.
so, you think what?
I think she could have gotten me, you, and Bowie. I don't think she gets anyone else ever.
I would have voted for her for sure, and then you would have. I think, yeah, I guess Bowie would have. It depends, like, because you have to make other moves to make it to the end. You're not just gonna.
Person would have had a decent shot. What do you think? How do you think the America Red vote would have gone?
America versus Red at the very end.
Let's start counting the votes.
Who's in
Jag
the
would have
jury?
voted for Red.
Who's in the jury?
After their talk in the kitchen for 4 hours?
Their game talk in the kitchen
The game
at
talk-
like 1 p.m. prime time.
The worst part is like there's like nothing happening,
Jag and Red were cooking.
and the fact that like in this talk, Red is essentially being like, "Hey man, my hands are tied. We can't really work together," and I'm like, "Perfect," because as are mine. Maybe in a couple weeks.
You know what's happening in the HOH room in this moment? It's me, Izzy, Suri, Jared, Felicia, and Izzy's pointing to the TV being like, I'm telling you, Cory, they're all working together. Cameron, Red, Jag, Matt, Blue. I'm like, I can guarantee this conversation's not going well. I go downstairs to get like pizza rolls. I walk down there, and it's the most awkward conversation I ever had. I walk back upstairs, and they're like, see? It's them! They're the 5 deadly sins! I'm like, what?
The 5 deadly sins, man. Yo, that was, and the fact that we had this long ass conversation, and right afterward, Red gets put up. I'm like, what? What's the point of this conversation? You know what I mean?
America and I, we did like a stream where we watched the Humiliverse fight, and I think my favorite line of the whole thing was like, Suri was like, the 7 deadly sins was real, and I'm like, yeah, but all of you were targeting Jag. Maybe you can call it the 6 deadly sins.
Yeah, wait. That fight was so funny, man. Thank God. And I was so scared. Like, I'm in the shower. You come down. You go, I need you in the have not room now. I was like, I'm in deep trouble. I never should have worn that robe. I never should have worn those shades. I am in trouble. Grandpa Joe is going down.
We see you walking around. The fight's going on upstairs with Cory and Jared. and you're just walking around like
Oh my
aimlessly.
God.
You walk up and like look around, don't see anybody in the game room. You're so close to the have not room where the shit's blowing up, and you're like, nah, let me go back down. Doesn't concern me.
How dare they say thank Cameron for that chaotic week? Cameron is sitting in the living room, arms crossed, as everything is happening around him.
That was so wild.
Thank Jared, honestly. Jared's the one who should get the credit. Jared blew that shit up.
That was so. Somebody said, "Meanwhile, America's in the bathroom." Do 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 do.
Like a
Well, let's be honest. Because I was like, if I go up there, I'm not gonna make things any better for anybody. Because Felicia came down at the beginning and she's like, they're fighting upstairs. You should go. No. I said, absolutely not. I'm not gonna make things any better for Cory.
Look, when I went downstairs, I didn't go to get America. I went to get the Jag Man. He's who we need. He's the one who blew up this plan this morning, theoretically.
Yeah, he's the liar.
I'm the liar. You know what? That's like the best resolution to any fight ever. I think it was like, it took 30 seconds from when I walked in and you're like, well, did you? I said, no. Did I? And Jared was like, no. And I was like,
well,
you start doing the butt kicking machine, like, okay, yeah, I'm out.
Hey, see ya. After that, I just hung out there and just agreed with Jared every time he said something.
You guys made me feel so insecure. I walked out of the room being like, oh, I'm fucked. And then you pulled me aside. You're like, no, it's over. We're voting equity. I'm like, okay, cool. Just making sure.
Yeah.
My favorite part, and this part wasn't on the feeds, but like, remember we're all leaving the room and like, obviously Suri's really mad. She just like walks out, doesn't do the wheel, and then they're like, I'm so sorry, sir. It's like Gavin or something, like, so sorry, sir. Can you gotta spin the wheel. She walks back in, manually moves it to 1.
Boom.
And she was so funny.
That was, man, I like how the whole time Bowie's just talking about the votes. She did not care that every secret in the house is getting spilled. Everyone would be like, okay, well, what about this alliance? You're like, oh yeah, you want to talk about that? What about this alliance? And Bowie's like, okay, but who are we voting out? And we're like, we'll get there. We'll figure out who we're voting out. Like, trust me, Izzy is gone, okay? Let's talk about this other stuff first that is more important to the game. And she was just so traumatized from the blind side that she genuinely did not care.
Sorry, Jag, I want to get some input from the chat. Olivia says, the show's over, y'all should move on and get a job. We're working right now. we're on the clock.
How much money have you made on this live, Jag? Because we're
rich.
We're rich.
We're working. We're doing our thing.
On the clock.
How dare you? I mean, this
is an interview that I'm having with Cory in America.
Yeah, I'm trying to...
Jag 101.
Yeehaw. Yeah, no, honestly... I think Jag, I'm just like, this might sound weird. You don't know this about me. I'm trying to get into realty.
Hey. I'll tell you what, if you want to get into realty, I can get Justo in here. But if you want to get into music, making covers, perhaps The Feeling Whitney by Post Malone.
Jag, you know
look at my cover that I posted on my page. This is me working, guys. I just dropped a cover. I've been in the stew. I've been cooking. Y'all thought it was over after Bounce? That's where it just started. Are you serious? Check out my cover.
Jag,
comment,
you know my
things that you think about me on that cover, and comment everything else that you've ever thought of, every thought you've had on the cover.
Cover busted by Bowie Jane.
Hey, that's the. I'm gonna do Naughty Boy.
Jag, you know my new stream idea for my next stream? It's going to be ranking all of Jag's jobs. It's going to be a 2-hour stream. It's going to be Special Olympics, substitute teacher, truck company, musician, influencer, TikTok live battler.
Mm-hmm. And what do you rank at the top right now?
At the top right now, it's got to be musician. And depending on how tonight goes, TikTok battler.
That's the thing. The fact that you didn't put anything about Special Olympics in the top just shows your character, Cory. So what do you have to say to that?
America, you want to take this one?
America can take the heat.
Yo, look, I'm a numbers guy. I have to imagine TikTok battles pay a lot better.
Yeah, that's crazy that all you care about is pay when you think about like best
Okay,
job or
Mister,
ranking
I made
jobs.
700 and what is the number? $758,500.
Yep, that's the exact number.
Is that the number? Dude, I loved my favorite thing in the house is running around being like, "Hey guys, remember how Jag also already made $8,500?" That's weird, right? Like,
My favorite part is in the trick or treat luxury comp.
Oh,
At the
fuck
very
me.
beginning, I literally told everyone, I was like, feel free to take from mine. You don't have to give me anything. I've already won
You were
luxury
paying
comp.
your employees, like Cerise said. You made sure to keep your
I
employees
was
happy.
giving up that Jag juice, okay? I was like, hey, feel free to take from mine. Don't worry about it all. The fact that I still almost win that competition, and the only reason I lose is because Matt takes 2 pieces of candy from me at the end. I was like, y'all, this is wild. This is getting out of hand right now.
Jag didn't even care about the money. He just wanted the candy.
Dog.
He made a deal.
Because I knew, I was like, dude, if I win this luxury comp or something, like, people are going to pull that little Cory stunt where they're like, hasn't he won all the luxury comps? Shouldn't we get him out? And I was like, I'm not going to risk that, you know?
Not subtle comments. I'm like, you know what's crazy? Matt hasn't been nominated. What's that
you
about?
get that shit all the time. You know how much that worked against you? So many people, like, literally, Matt would come to me upset, or Bowie, or whoever, like, they'd be like, Cory made this comment in the living room, and I was like, did he? Was it a joke? I was like, who all was there, perhaps?
Gotta keep
And,
them on
like,
their toes,
everybody.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, Cory, what are we gonna do with Cory, man? Like, literally, everyone was, like, it was wild, man.
Yeah, and look, you got to keep them on their toes. You got to keep them honest. And I think that was my role in the house, you know. And honestly, if Blue didn't win that veto, I would have been in the final 7. Then I would have lost the HOH to Jag, lost the veto to Jag, and been evicted. So, you know what?
Hey.
Would have been good. I would have got a worse bedroom in the jury house.
That's actually true, and that's why at the end of all of this, like, I've had your back, Cory. There's a reason you go to jury, which I don't vote you out, by the way. There's a reason I think it's so important that America joins you right afterwards. I think,
You went to my room during the votes. What do you mean you didn't vote me out?
I didn't vote you out. I didn't vote for you to leave. Is America still here? Just make sure she didn't hear that.
Well, Jag, honestly, do you think my last second pitch on the couch could have worked in another, like,
I thought that was gonna work for a second. I was like, wait a minute.
it was kind of genius.
I kind of
Your last second pitch. What was it that you said?
I said,
Vote.
if anyone is the sole vote to keep me, you've got my vote in the end.
That was wild because you said that, and I looked around and I said, "I swear to God, everybody."
Look at that. I saw Bowie's like gears like.
And then
Like,
it gets down to the final
turning.
3, and Bowie's like, actually, never mind. I'm good. Jag, you got this, King.
Hey, now Bowie's a real one for that.
Legit. That's crazy.
That's
Find yourself an ally like Bowie Jane in life.
bro. That's what I'm saying. That's shout out to her.
Yeah, how'd your game change for the, I'm going to say the better.
Dude, when she because y'all didn't know what she was gonna ask at all, right?
No, I mean she didn't even know. I don't think she we didn't see her until she came out on the stage.
Oh, wait. So you didn't know who was evicted, or wait, you did or didn't know until she came out?
Yeah, they were like, and you're the final juror. Bowie walks out.
So did you know who had won the HOH or anything?
We knew who was in part 3, so we knew it was you versus Matt. And at that point, we were hoping either of you would cut each other, especially because we kind of knew that you would win if it was you and Matt. And we were just kind of hoping, like,
Matt cuts me or I cut Matt?
well, first of all, I thought you would maybe not cut Matt because you'd think you'd beat him anyways. And in that case, it's like, who cares? But finding out that you didn't cut him and you thought you were going to lose, I was like, bro. But, like, I think for us, like I think Felicia said, if either of them don't cut each other, I'm voting for the other one. You know, because obviously both you would have beaten Bowie 7-0. or maybe 6-1 or something like that, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, the thing is, you always had, I think, Cameron was always going to vote for you. Blue was always going to vote for you. I was almost always going to vote for you, and I think America was too. So like, it didn't really matter. But I think Matt just thought he would have my vote guaranteed because I kind of told him that.
You did?
Well, I left the house saying he was the best player because I thought that.
Well, that's right.
Yeah.
You were saying that, and I was like, cool, because that's the context that like I had no idea. Like I didn't know if I had your vote. I didn't know if I had America's vote, or anyone else's vote other than I was relying on Cam and Blue. I was like, that's 2 votes potentially.
Because you were never having Surrey's vote. You were never having Felicia's vote, really. And like, I don't know. I feel like the thing is about jury that you'll never understand because, you know, you win a lot of competitions. You kind of, I had so much time to chill out in jury and like not, because even when I left the house, I was not bitter. I think America was most bitter against Bowie, but even then she wasn't bitter by the time we were voting.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand how, like, the only people who were really, I think, bitter towards the end were like Surrey and Felicia, and that makes sense because they were voted out like 4 days ago.
Yeah.
But like Cameron was literally in the jury house being like, Jag is the best player in Big Brother history. Like he dominated the game from day one. I'm like, this is not true. Like I'm gonna vote for him to win, and this is not true. Like he's like Matt is a puppy dog. He just follows Jag around.
I fought for my life, bro.
And he almost got me to vote for Matt.
Bro, shout out to Cam because here's the thing, like when we were in the fugitives with Cam, like me, Matt, and Cam, Cam and I worked so closely together, like talked about everything in the house. So I was like, he's the one person in this game that like I've actually talked about everything, like all strategy, everything with.
Except for the targeting Cam part of it.
Except for what?
The targeting Cameron part of your strategy.
Other than that, but like everything, like in terms of like laying everything out and like having in-depth conversations about that, I was like, all right, cool. Like, Cam understands like why I'm making certain moves. So I was like, so that was the one thing I was relying on, that Cam actually makes that move and like votes for me, because he saw like in the room where like I'm fighting for you to stay, and it's a conversation. 98% is between like me and Cam, like going back and forth, and then Matt is like.
That's what Cam was right about. Like, and I still think this. I think like in terms of who's better at navigating the house and like being good socially with everyone, like I think Matt was probably the best in the season. But when it came to actually like making decisions and shit, I feel like Matt was so like conflict averse. Like he didn't want to ever be like out in front of something and be the one to make a move. Whereas for you, like the whole reason why I thought Matt was a better player than you, and even today, I think like I'd bet on Matt before you. It's like a safer bet, but like. You got to the end. The whole point was there's no way Jag's going to get to the end. Everyone's targeting him. You know what I mean? And then when
that's true.
It's like, well, fuck.
I mean, it's a different strategy, right? Like for me, it's like how you want to play. Like for instance, it's easy to like. Matt would say like what other people want to hear every time. Like someone comes to him, they're like, "Hey, we need to get this person out." He's like, "I agree, cool." I wouldn't do that because. One of those times it was like, hey, let's just put Cory and America up straight up. And then I did that later. But I was like, no. I was like, nah, we shouldn't do that. And like, so it's like someone has to stand up and be like, yo, this is not the move that needs to be made. And
you're like, when I made the genius move to put up Cory and America, there was like 3 people in the entire house you could nominate. like they were like, okay, so at that point, so you weren't nominating Matt. Blue was immune. You were immune. Felicia had the veto used on her. So I guess it was between me, America, and Felicia were the 3 people?
Surrey.
Surrey was on the... No, because you nominated Felicia and Blue. You're right, yeah. So
yeah,
Blue,
so,
it was me.
Surrey, you, America, and I could have not used it on Felicia as well. So those are the... only people that could have.
Do you ever talk about the game? Because I haven't talked about it in weeks.
Not that in depth. Like I feel like us talking about it right now is like more in depth than I have in general.
Only with like.
Have you watched the show yet?
No, have you?
I watched up to week 5, and it's very interesting because like the entire first half of the season, edit wise, is the Suri show, which is honestly kind of true to how the season was working out. But like, I'm very like, it's weird because they have to like catch up on stuff. So like when they're showing the whole like us flipping on Izzy thing, they then have to like remind us like, oh, I know we didn't show anything about this, but Cory and Jag have a relationship. And like when America's making a deal in the pressure cooker to protect me, they're like, by the way, America and Cory are a duo. And it's never been on the show up to that point.
What?
Because
that's wild.
They have to like guess what's going to be important.
Yeah, that's true. They are playing a guessing game, which makes it tough.
Yeah,
like,
no, it's super hard.
Tough.
And like they literally were like, okay, the Professors is the majority alliance. Meanwhile, the Professors exploded week like 2.
Well, I mean, so did Family Style.
Family Style blew up day 4.
It never existed.
It blew up 2 different ways too.
How?
Well, I mean, Cameron and Jared.
Oh yeah.
My favorite was after that you trying to go to Suri like 5 times and make Family Style again with Suri. You're like, Suri, how about like what if we worked? I don't know, like you and me, obviously. Like I like you, Suri. Blue. I like Matt. Even Cory, I think he's chill. America seems nice. Jared's a good guy, I'll tell you that much. And Suri's sitting there knowing all of Family Style and being like, it's good. You're like, Riley. I didn't mean to forget Riley. Of course, Riley. Which, I mean, to be fair, like, obviously none of us could have known about the Suri Jared stuff, but like, that shit was so much back.
Brother on Survivor or something? Huh? Should he have known? Was it his brother on Survivor? Well, yeah. Cory.
Oh, here we go.
I hear you have. I don't want to expose your secret or anything because I know this is a big one. I hear you have a brother, perhaps, who was on Survivor. And I don't want to blow up your game or anything. I heard he was on Survivor, and then Suri happened to be on Survivor. It's just like all the people that should know Suri and Jared might be related, and maybe, you know, you advance your game by knowing that really important piece of information. What do you think about that? Who's top of that list that maybe should know?
Well, Izzy, first of all, and she did know, right? Blue knew because Jared told her, right? For me, I just didn't think it was a possibility, right? Because, you know, there was no other relatives in the game, right? And like, I watched Survivor, and I watched Suri's season, and I watched Suri's family visit where Jared was there, but it was like a 5-minute segment 8 years ago. So like, that's what pissed me off the most. People are like, you should have known. I'm like, no one would have. Like, Izzy knew from, I think, Suri's social media, I think.
Okay, yeah.
It's like she didn't know from Survivor, right? But legit, that shit was so crazy. And like, it makes so much sense, obviously, in retrospect. But aren't you the guy whose brother is going to be on Survivor? Yeah.
Jazz is going to be on Survivor?
Okay, honestly, Jag, here's my question. Jazz is on Big Brother 25, let's say, hypothetically.
Yeah.
Does he work with the same people, you think?
He works with... This is who he works with. Kirsten?
Okay. I see that.
Hisam.
Uh-huh.
Riley.
Okay.
Red. Who was evicted after Red?
Izzy?
Izzy. And then Jared.
Jared. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think if you had to play again, you would work with Blue, Riley, Jared, Suri, Izzy, Matt, Felicia.
Keep going.
I think that's your group. That would have been a strong 7-person core to carry you through the game.
Honestly, if you could play the game again, who would you work with?
America.
Who would Zach work with? Tell me that.
Zach, I think, would have... I think he would have been a Jag man, honestly. I think so.
I love Zach, man.
I think he would have been a Jag man. It would have been you or Hyson. Someone to carry him through the game. Would you have betrayed my brother in the same way you betrayed me?
You know what? I think your brother probably would have carried his weight. So, I think your brother actually would have been really good at guessing a number and writing it down when it mattered the most.
Exactly. It wasn't guessing a number. It was you not hanging on. I'm ready for you to take some responsibility. Because ultimately, let's be real. If you hung on for another 15 seconds, you wouldn't have to be on TikTok live right now.
No, and here's the other thing about it, Cory, is like, if you only hung on for maybe 2 hours more, then you wouldn't have to be here either.
Jack,
and that's
people are like, Cory America, you shouldn't have thrown that competition. I'm like, I could do it right now, and I would last another hour short of you. Like, if I knew I was being evicted if I fell off that rope, I would still lose to you and Blue by an hour. That shit, like, I don't think people understood. And I wonder, so for you, were you able to wrap all the way around the rope?
What do you mean wrap all the rope is right here. You can put your arm around.
No, but like, because of the chest plates we had to wear, like, it like locked the, do you know what I mean? Like, it kind of like locked here and here. You were able to like fully wrap around. Were you able to?
Like this? I would do this and I was hanging on to, like, you know, the chest plate like this, and I would hold on to my chest plate like that.
Yeah, I did that, yeah.
Yeah. But I wasn't.
When did you guys find out you could like stabilize yourself with the spinning?
When did I find out that I could stabilize myself?
Because none of us were doing that, and then it was just you and Blue when you guys were doing it.
When I got spun, and I realized, like, if I fall off, it will be because I get spun. Like, that made it so much harder. So I was like, all right, it doesn't matter. I'll hang on with one hand and stop it with the other hand, because I'll have a better shot of winning this comp than I will if I hold on with both and I get spun. So I just like held on and just like started doing that, and that was that. I don't know how long in that was. You think I was paying attention to the number of time or number of minutes?
I was just hopelessly in love. You know, I was on a date.
Yeah, I like looked over and you and America were starting a family. And I
that was one of America's cameos. They're like, what were you doing in the grass? She's like, sex? Unprotected. What do you mean?
Oh my god.
That's what you were guessing with the whiteboard.
That was such a wild, man. I hated that comp, man.
They edited on the clothes. Yeah, that was a quote.
They edited the clothes.
Magic.
That's so funny.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Jag, I'm gonna let you go. America hasn't been here for like 20 minutes.
I thought she was still hanging out there.
No, she's so gone. But as always, are you coming to Nashville at some point, or are we gonna have to come to LA?
I do want to come to Nashville and both. The answer is
I know Bowie said she was coming to Nashville, so that'd be fun.
I want to pull up at some point. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Both.
Yeah.
The answer is both. You got to pull up to LA, and I got to pull up to Nashville.
100%, dude. It was super nice talking to you as always, buddy.
Yeah, we're going to drop an original track together. The Unreliables track.
The Unreliables track? I don't know, man. Can I just drop a verse on Bounce? It's kind of my dream.
We could do a remix of Bounce or something.
It's like Bowie's Spotify. Like, it's funny because I think for some reason Bowie's only uploaded like Busted to Spotify. So like if you look up Bowie Jane there, it's like 9 Busted remixes. So like yesterday during America's Live, we were just playing all of them shuffled. It was crazy.
Wait, let me see.
How's that popcorn chicken?
Wait, you're right. Busted SWAT remix, Busted Bondi House remix, Busted Instrumental, Busted Cube Guys, something, Busted Star Bond, Bondi Club, Bondi Remix, Glow Vibes, and just Bondi Remix.
Yeah, Cube Boy is my favorite, but
which one do you think is the best one? I need you to rank all of these remixes.
tier list. That'll be our collab. You'll get on my Twitch. We'll rank Bowie Jane Busted remixes.
Hey, that's wild.
That'd be crazy. But I'm seriously gonna let you go, man. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, man. I'll catch you.
Bye, Cory.
See ya,
Bye,
Cory.
bye, Jazz.
Yeah.
Peace. Oh, how do I get out of this screen?
I have no idea, man.
I don't know how to get out of this either. Oh my god. It's so late. Yeah. Y'all, I'm also about to head off here soon, but thank y'all so much for hanging out. I appreciate y'all. If y'all I don't know how to turn off boxes, Lolo. Sorry. Thanks for subscribing. I'm about to head off here. If y'all haven't heard my cover that I dropped, please listen to it. It's on my page. Go there, and it's me singing "Feeling Whitney" by Post Malone. Go there and give me your suggestions for what song I should sing next. So comment whatever you think I should sing, repost it, share it. I love y'all so much.
180.
And we hit 180K.
Yeah.
We hit 180K plays on the cover, so let's go. Thank y'all so much. I love y'all. Take care of yourselves. Get a good night's rest. Stay hydrated. Practice self-love and self-care. And I love y'all so much. Good night.